You know, you could not have asked for better weather when it comes to high school football. It really felt like fall out there tonight. Hello, everyone. I'm Dom Tiberi. Welcome to First and 10.
And I'm Dave Holmes. The first month of the high school football season officially over, but it ended with some great rivalry games tonight.
And that includes our game of the week. Talking about Dublin Kaufman hosting Dublin Jerome. This the 8th meeting between the two schools. Kaufman has dominated, winning 6 of them. And you know what? It was homecoming at Kaufman tonight. Say hello to this year's king and queen. Hello. First quarter, Jerome finishing off an 80-yard drive here. Cale Hawk takes it in for the 3-yard touchdown. Celtics led 7-0. Kaufman comes back, though. Check out quarterback Quinn Hart. He finished the night 239 yards rushing, 4th and 1, and he busts free 51 yards for the touchdown. We're tied at 7. Second quarter, and Kaufman back at it. Quinn Hart, 3 touchdowns in the game, including this 3-yarder, 14-7 rocks up. Just one more before halftime. Quinn Hart goes to Amari Valerie Hudson for the 11-yard touchdown. Rocks led 21-7 at halftime. Kaufman goes on to win 35-14.
From the Battle of Dublin to the Battle of Hilliard. 3-0 Davidson hosting 2-1 Derby. If you don't know about the Wildcats, you're about to find out. Let's pick it up with quarterback Johnny DeBlasio finding James Tarantine. That missed tackle is going to hurt, and then James does the rest. Check it out. He's got the inner ears of a Cirque du Soleil artist. The balance. 72 yards for the Davidson touchdown. They lead their rivals 7-0. The student section rejoices. Then the Wildcats start with the ground and pound. Kevin Gibbon takes the handoff and picks up 15 yards. And then on the very next play, you might as well start the job or finish the job you start. Touchdown Davidson. They improved to 4-0 with a 35-7 win. So
what was that word? Circus? What?
No, he has the inner ear, the balance of a Cirque du Soleil. Have you been to Cirque du Soleil?
I didn't go to Cirque du Soleil, but I hear it's pretty good.
Well, anyway, so we got 2 rivalry games down, 8 more matchups here left on First and 10.
And that means it's time to pass the baton to the one and only Adam King, who has us covered under the lights.
It's a field-storming kind of night here in Pickerington. I know it's just week 4, but I think we have a strong case for game of the year already. And it's not just because it's 2 of the biggest rivals in Central Ohio. We're going to get back to this matchup in just a second. But first, I want to take you about 15 minutes that way because Watkins Memorial trying to get to 3-1 on the season against a good Northridge team. A bring-your-own neon night at Watkins Northridge with the ball. If you're confused what's happening, so is the offense. The pitch gets tipped, and John Banks Jr. is heading in the other direction, but he fumbles the football himself. Don't worry, though, because Jaden Ricketts is saving Mr. Banks. He falls on the touchdown. The Warriors up 14-0. And then it's like a Sunday at Costco out here. All about the samples. Drew Sample, the great keeper, the stiff arm, and 6 rolls into the end zone. Easy. The Warriors are rolling as well today. Watkins Memorial gets the shutout over Northridge 35-0. Now to Pickerington, and it's a be loud or sit down kind of night at North. Tied up at 14. You know, you're allowed to catch with 2 hands. Preston Bowman, though, only needs 1. Randy Moss-like numbers for him in the first half. 3 touchdowns on 4 catches. But now, down by 6, here comes Central in the third. Aaron Heller sneaking in for the touchdown. The Tigers back up by 1. And when you need a play, expect anything different. Bowman gets North in the red zone, and then Michael Taylor. Everyone wants to be like Mike. 22 punches it in. They take the lead, and they get the ball back now. 1 yard away from putting this game away, and they give it to the D lineman, Angelo McCollum. That is the ultimate exclamation point in a rivalry game. North wins 39-34.
No, it's one of those things. That rivalry means so much to this community. You know, everybody cares about that game here in Pickerington, and it's good to get that win.
Pickerington North now 4-0 on the year, and how about the big plays from Bowman today? Definitely someone to watch in Central Ohio. We still have more big plays coming at you, so let's go back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, Adam. The City League expecting another competitive year in the standings, which makes every game, including this one, very important. We have 2-1 Afrocentric on the road against 1-2 Walnut Ridge. Clearly, Walnut Ridge spending time in the weight room if they're strong enough to rip through that paper barrier. Now check this play out from the Scots. Marquise Lucas finds Christian Turner. Check out the moves on Christian. Normally, the worship band has to start jamming to get a Christian to move like this. Turner almost scores, but he stopped just short. Would not matter, though, because Lucas would take it himself on the next play. Touchdown, Walnut Ridge, extra point, no good. They lead 6-0, but Afrocentric comes back to win this one 18-12.
All right, Dave, we're going to stay in the City League with Whetstone hosting Mifflin. Both of these clubs off to 0-3 starts, looking to get in the winner's circle. The fans, they're fired up for this one. Third quarter, and Whetstone's on the move. The Quinlan battle goes to Demarion McClinton, and watch this. He zigs, he zags, he refuses to go down. He will take it all the way back for a touchdown. Ooh. That put Whetstone up 32-0, and then it's the Braves defense getting in on the act. Mifflin having trouble with the handoff. Joseph Lacey, though, is there to recover for the Braves, number 53. Whetstone goes on to win 32-0. So that is 6 games down, but we are far from done when it comes to 1st and 10. Coming up later, though, we will also have our plays of the night.
I've seen some nominees already. Coming up next, though, we still have highlights from our final 4 games. 1st and 10. We'll be right back after this.
Welcome back. You know, I just love the passion when it comes to high school football on a Friday night.
Yeah, have some great teams and fan bases here in Central Ohio, and more games here on 1st and 10.
As a matter of fact, the hits keep coming as we head to St. Charles. The Cardinals hosting the Rams of Whitehall. St. Charles off to a perfect 3-0 start, looking to keep it going against winless Whitehall, and we'll pick this one up in the second quarter. St. Charles is up 14-7 and wanting more. Check out Ryan Mooney. He hooks up with Aiden Fox, 8-yard touchdown strike, and the Cardinals led 21-7. Now to the third quarter, and St. Charles back at it. Ryan Mooney goes to Ananiah Hemiot, and watch this. 63 yards for the touchdown. The Cardinals out front 30-7, and then just one more, and this is Colin Greenhagel. 5-yard touchdown. St. Charles rolls 50-7. Next up, we head to Bishop Hartley. The 2-1 Hawks hosting the 1-2 Rockets of Cincinnati McNicholas. Pick this one up in the first quarter, and Hartley, boy, they go to work early in this one. We'll start it out with Robert Lathan finishing off the drive, the 1-yard touchdown. Hartley out front 7-0. And they're going to keep it going. Check out Ryan Perry running hard. Coming at you. Turns on the Jets. Down the sideline he goes and cuts back in. 43 yards for the touchdown. That made it 14-0. And just one more from the Hawks. Little razzle-dazzle. Robert Winbush ends up with the ball. He takes it in for the touchdown. All Hartley in this one, Dave, as the Hawks roll 49-3.
Next up, I circled this one on the calendar. Hilliard Bradley is 3-0 on the season, facing 2-1 Marysville. But the Monarchs' only loss was by a field goal to a very good Perrysburg team. Tonight's soundtrack provided by the Marysville Band. Let's pick it up with Bradley leading 14-7 at the half. Third quarter, Jaguars on the move. Braden Flaherty scrambles and then finds Julian Kennedy for a 20-yard gain, and the Jaguar offense keeps pouring it on. Flaherty keeps the ball himself, and he has bad intentions. 48 yards for the Hilliard Bradley touchdown. That makes it 24-7. Then a few minutes later, Flaherty does it again. This time it's from 5 yards out. Bradley rolls on their home field by the final of 38-14. We finish up with Canal Winchester. The Indians on the road against the Worthington Kilbourne Wolves. We begin in the third quarter. Canal Winchester up 14-0, about to add to it. Max Brunner takes off, and you can forget it. 65 yards for the Indian touchdown. It's 21-0 Canal Winchester. Jump ahead to the fourth quarter. Tough break here for the Wolves. Kilbourne back to receive the punt. That's a live ball. Canal able to pounce on it, and they cash it in. Corey Howard from 3 yards out. That makes it 35-0 Canal Winchester. They go on to win it by the same score.
All right, Dave, so that's going to take care of all of our highlights from week 4 of 1st and 10.
Yeah, but we're not done with high school football just yet. When we come back, we'll unveil our top plays of the night. 1st and 10. We'll be right back.
And welcome back to 1st and 10. We had so many great highlights from week 4.
Yeah, we can only have a few, though, when it comes to our top plays. Let's begin with Hilliard Bradley. The Jaguars beat Marysville due in large part to Braden Flaherty. Bradley's quarterback was everywhere in this one, including a 48-yard touchdown run. Jaguars beat the Monarchs 38-14.
All right, our next play is going to come from Dublin Kaufman, our game of the week. Rocks quarterback Quinn Hart, 239 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns, including this 51-yard score as Kaufman beat their rivals, Jerome.
We finish up with James Tarrantine from Hilliard Davidson. The catch was simple enough, but then the balance, tapping up the sidelines, gone for a 72-yard touchdown. Hilliard Davidson remains undefeated on the season with a win over Derby. Hey, do you know a student athlete who excels at school, sports, and service? If so, nominate them to be our 10TV Athlete of the Week, sponsored by Encova Insurance. Just get on 10tv.com/athlete of the week, and you might see your student athlete next Friday right here on 10TV.